I guess I'm doing commentary videos now. Okay, let's do it. Welcome, school shooters. I'm kidding, obviously. Please don't do that. My name is CZsWorld, and I run a horror YouTube channel called CZsWorld. As a horror content creator on YouTube, I'm also part of this thing called the horror community on YouTube. And when it comes to the horror community on YouTube, there's one person who's basically like the king, the front man, the ringleader, the cartel leader, the principal, the pope, and basically just overall the big cheese when it comes to creating content in that industry. And that man's name is, of course, JStation. I'm kidding. I'm talking about James A. Janisse. James is, of course, the creator of the YouTube channel Dead Meat with his hit show, The Kill Count. And he's also produced other shows like the Dead Meat podcast, which is actually produced by his fiance, but he's a big part of it, and What's Your Favorite Scary Movie, and my personal favorite, Cut Comparison, which seems to have been completely abandoned, but whatever. You can tell this guy's a big deal because whenever I go on a date and it gets to the part where we both start talking about our lives and stuff and what we do, when I start to explain my job and how I do horror videos on YouTube, the girl always says, "Oh yeah, I love the kill count." Like, yeah, great. But just so you know, that isn't me. But recently, there's been some big news coming out of the Dead Meat channel regarding the kill count schedule and future plans. So let's just go and get into that video.
I'm about to let you know which movies I'll be covering on the kill count in December. But before I do that, just need to drive home this very important reminder. Starting in January, for the very first time ever, someone else will be temporarily hosting the kill count.
Oh my god, is he insane? Is he insane? Has James actually lost his mind right now? I've been on YouTube as a viewer for a long time, and James has been in the YouTube ecosystem for quite a few years now as well. He was part of this other thing before Dead Meat called Practical Folks, which was a YouTube channel hosted by James, his now fiance Chelsea, and let's be real, 2 other people. My point is that he's been in the content creator space since at least 2014, and I don't know if he ever had a channel before that, but I can at least guess that he was a viewer before that. We have enough history on YouTube now that we've seen what happens when you have a successful YouTube channel that's centered around the personality of its host, and then that YouTube channel changes hosts. Remember in 2014 when Ray William Johnson announced that he was replacing himself as the host of Equals 3? That's basically what killed Equals 3, which was the most popular show on YouTube just a year before. Another person who had the most popular show on YouTube at one point was Fred. I'm sure we can all agree that wouldn't have lasted that long anyways, but the videos from the new owners after he sold the channel fail to get even 30,000 views sometimes on a 3 million subscriber channel. I mean, if you want a more recent example, look at Keemstar. The dude is actively auditioning people to take over for him because he's bored and wants to retire, and he literally can't find anyone to take up the mantle and make successful videos. And this mindset really goes beyond YouTube. I mean, we all remember what happened with the new Coke trying to replace Coke. We all remember when they tried to do a Ghostbusters movie without the Ghostbusters. Imagine if Burger King just said that they were going to get rid of the Whopper, or if Twitter said they were no longer going to have tweets.
And that person is longtime Dead Meat editor and recent Dead Meat producer, Zoran. Yeah!
And I want to make this clear, I'm not hating on this guy in any way. He's obviously a very talented creator if James is willing to trust him to take over his show for a few months. Imagine this dude gets on his first kill count, right? He just opens up with, "Welcome to the kill count, and then he just drops an N-bomb. He tells all the underage fans to message him on his Discord account, and then he just cuts to a clip of Alex Jones and David Dobrik having sex on the top of his car. No, but my point is that it doesn't really matter if he's the best content creator in the world. I hope it goes well for him. He seems like a respectable guy. But I'll be pretty surprised if these videos do well because audiences just tend not to react well to this type of change.
We'll be covering all 7.
Yes,
Tremors
I will
movies.
be covering all 7, the original 4 by the original creators, and then the other 3 by some other folks, and you'll get to hear my opinions on that.
And these kill counts will be coming out every other week, starting January 14th.
So apparently, all the scripts have been written by Zoran for these as well. And the reasoning behind this is that James is getting married at the beginning of the next year, and he just wants to take some time off from the kill counts. I don't really get why he's feeling the need to replace himself as the host. The writer thing I understand because writing takes a really long time. I imagine his workflow is pretty similar to my own, and the parts that take the most time are writing and editing. His kill count episodes are usually about 20 minutes long, so based on my experience, something like that would probably take about 30 to 40 hours to write. I think my editing process is probably different than his, so I won't try to make that comparison, but I imagine the filming process is probably relatively the same, and it just doesn't take that long. Usually for me, whatever the end length of the video is, it takes about twice as long as that to record it. So if I'm making a 20-minute video, I'll probably spend about 40 minutes recording it. If that holds up for him as well, then he could probably knock out all 7 of those Tremors videos in one day and have some time to spare, considering that they're already written by Zoran. And this makes me think that there's another reason that he's having Zoran host these videos. He's basically experimenting experimenting to see how the audience is going to react and to see if he would be a good fit for kill counts in the future. Obviously, James has got other stuff on the horizon, some of which he talks about later in this video, but the main thing is that he goes on to make this announcement.
And then I'm kind of out of New Year's themed horror movies. I'm sure there are some out there, but instead what we're gonna do for the last kill count of the year is the big one, the one you've all been waiting for, the fucking Forever Purge.
Sir, I think you mean the Yeehaw Purge.
I haven't even watched that movie yet, so maybe there aren't that many kills.
Honestly, dude, it's just like the same as the last several Purge movies. I wouldn't get that excited about it.
Here's the other thing though, is it's actually gonna be a little while until I come back and do another kill count after that. I mean, with Zoran doing the Tremors kill counts and that's 7 movies every other week, that's gonna take us into April. But even after that, it's gonna be a few more months until I'm back here on the set hosting another kill count. To be entirely honest, I'm burnt out, guys. I've been doing kill counts and dead meat for the past 4.5 years, and I've rarely taken a break during that time. In fact, aside from Chelsea, dead meat has been the #1 thing in my life.
Ah yes, the infamous YouTuber burnout. I mean, it's definitely better to see James just looking out for himself rather than going on some kind of stream or video and having a very public freak out. I mean, I'm definitely glad that he didn't just start beating his assistant. I'm glad he didn't murder his handler. I'm glad he didn't disembowel his publicist. And more importantly, that he didn't just like stop uploading and leave the entire internet to wonder what happened to him in the form of an 8-minute Gamer from Mars video.
It's always there. It's always something I'm thinking about, I'm working on. I rarely take days off. I don't have weekends. I don't have off hours. Most days are staying up late to work and getting up early to work some more. And it's okay because I fucking love it. I have the best job in the world. I get to talk about horror movies. It's something I'm so passionate about.
Wow, you know, I don't think I've ever related to 18 seconds of video more than I just did right there. And he basically goes on to explain that taking a couple of weeks off isn't really gonna cut it because he needs an extended period of time just not thinking about kill counts to kind of refresh his brain and make him excited about making them again. And he probably won't be back until the summer of 2022. And that kind of explains why he wants to try out having a different host, because if you're hosting the episode, then you're thinking about it. And you're thinking about the quality of the script. I've worked with writers before on episodes of Horror History, and usually when I get the script from them, I end up just rewriting the entire thing. Like I'm still using their ideas, but I'm basically just putting everything into my own words, and it ends up taking a lot of time because I want it to feel authentic and I want it to feel like something that I would actually say. So even though it doesn't take that long to record these episodes, if you're hosting the episodes, you're thinking about it, and if you're thinking about it, then it's taking a toll on you. You're worrying about it, and at the end of the day, you're not getting that refresh that you want. Personally, I was thinking about taking it a little bit easier in 2022 as well. I mean, I definitely wasn't planning on taking a break or anything like that, but I wanted to floor it until I get to 1 million subscribers because that's like my main goal right now, and then just take a little bit of a breather, you know? I mean, maybe bring on a little bit more editing help and take a little bit of time to focus on this channel, the CZsWorld Slices channel. But now I feel like I just can't do that. I mean, if James is taking a break, this is gonna be pretty much my only chance to catch up to him, so I might have to go even a little bit harder to fill that void left by the kill count. People are gonna want quality horror content no matter what, and I'm gonna have to be there to help the rest of my fellow horror creators deliver to those audiences.
Settle down, are you kidding? I'm at the top of my game. I'm right up there with the big dogs. Girls, come on. Leave the saving of the world to
Found flicks.
I don't think so.
During my break from kill counts, I'll still be around, all right? I'll probably be releasing some short form content on the channel. We're gonna play around with that a little bit.
Yeah, this is an interesting point that I feel like not a lot of people know about. Obviously, with the rise of TikTok, YouTube has really been pushing this new product called YouTube Shorts. I mean, they're actually pushing it so hard right now that they basically just ignored the existence of regular videos and they're only focusing on shorts. Let's look at some of these tweets. Share a short that's a gift to the world. Only 27 more days to watch 2021 shorts. Share a YouTube short that you had to watch twice because it was that funny.
Wanna go down? Can you go downstairs? Hey!
It makes no sense because he goes down there, he goes on the stairs, he can clearly tell that there are stairs there, and then he just runs back up, goes into the dark, and then fucking eats himself. I think he thought he was gonna make it.
Hey!
and then just realized in midair that he couldn't make it. I love dogs. So if you watch Dead Meat, you may know there's a channel called Dead Meat Shorts, which is linked on the official Dead Meat channel, but if you read the fine print, it's not actually owned by Dead Meat. The owner of that seems to have had his own mental breakdown. I can't find the post, but I think he deleted it, but it looks like he's fine now. I'm kind of surprised that Dead Meat hasn't just bought this channel and hired him. It seems like he's doing a pretty good job and seems to be pretty on brand. Also, if you haven't figured this out yet, this channel that you're currently watching is CZsWorld Slices, which is my shorts channel. I haven't announced this anywhere yet. I'm still kind of experimenting and trying to master this before I go public with it. The video you're watching right now is actually experimental, and I'm just trying out this whole commentary thing. You're my little test subject. Stay still, this won't hurt one bit. So let me know what you think of the whole commentary thing, actually. I might actually do the commentary videos on second thought, just kind of to vent. I mean, maybe I just won't give a fuck what people say about these videos. I'm pretty sure people are going to watch them because it's me. I'm basically like the greatest gift that God has ever given. I mean, my voice has healed villages upon villages of people, just the sound of my voice alone. My smile was able to bring peace to the Middle East. You may have noticed that nobody has died there in like 10 weeks. I actually just granted them all eternal life.
Wait a minute. Stupid mustache? Filmographical rantings? Oh no!
Red Album Rivers.
I don't want to say too much about it right now because you never know what happens with development, but we are working on getting a movie produced.
All memes aside, that is actually really awesome, and that's kind of like an aspiration of mine as well. And I can totally understand how it's impossible to work on that when you're doing YouTube. It just eats too much of your time, and you can never really get ahead on YouTube. I mean, you can never really work very far ahead because the platform is always changing, and you need to be constantly improving to stay alive. So best of luck with that project, James.
And again, that one's from a script that a friend of ours wrote. Maybe I want to try writing a script myself. I just need the time and the right headset in order to do that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this whole YouTube horror landscape in the next few months. Somehow, James and me and some others have survived the shift to YouTube becoming more brand friendly, whatever that means. And on top of that, this whole horror trend that started in like 2015 or 2016, where horror movies have really been like some of the most popular movies outside of the super mainstream Disney-owned nerd genres, has lasted longer than I think any of us could have really hoped. And this is me really attempting to end this video and bring some closure to this video. Now, normally this is the part where I would suggest for you to subscribe to CZsWorld, but technically this is not CZsWorld, this is CZsWorld Slices. I guess this channel can be a little bit more unfiltered, so I don't really care if you follow me. Fuck off.